we've been waiting 2 weeks, and I am losing $300 a day.
$300 a day?
I threw out 15 bags of pans.
How you doing?
Why is it so hard? You bring our son here, we bail him out. Why can't you do this?
Look, Miss Burley, it'll get done today, okay? I promise.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah, but Vince was sent to the wrong courthouse
What
yesterday.
about the day before?
Well, the information went out for the co-accused.
Questo figlio di puttana non vale niente!
I'm sorry, what did she say?
She thinks you are an idiot.
Oh, see, that's not very... In all fairness, I've only been in Aurora for 3 days. Whatever happened before that has nothing to do with me.
Where is our son?
He's down in the cells.
Well, go get them to bring him out.
It doesn't work like that. I can just, you know...
Look at this lawyer. He gets respect. Comes, they bring his guy every time.
No, I know it may look like they're doing that for him, but you can't just order your client to be brought up.
Yes.
All rise. How's it going, Mr. K?
Just waiting for our first customers, Your Worship.
That's good. How's married life?
Fantastic.
I have to get back to my car.
Look, if the charges weren't so serious, but he broke into 3 houses, so he's going to need a surety. And since the house is in your name and your wife doesn't have access to
Why
your money...
should she have access to... It's my money.
Okay, so you have to be the one who's... You have to be the one who's here.
Come on in, gentlemen. Don't be shy.
So what are you up to tonight?
Nothing that concerns you. Ditto.
Look at that. They bring his guy up every time now. Why can't they do that for you?
So, what's going on, Mr. Sachs? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Angel.
Brief indulgence, Your Worship. My client's just weighing his options. Are you seriously telling me after our lovely little encounter that you're not looking for a replay?
Just consider it a one-off.
Okay, but you're gonna miss me.
Hi there. I've been waiting for a few days with that couple over there, and they're getting pretty impatient. So, if you could bring their son up soon, like maybe next, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, I just bring up who they tell me to bring.
Okay, but that's not always true, right?
Yes, it is.
No, but you just brought that man up for Mr. Angel over there. I mean, he went like this, and you just... what is that, some kind of secret signal that we should, you know...
I bring up who they tell me to. Okay?
Yes.
Is he still considering his options there?
No, actually, he seems to have fallen asleep there, Your Worship.
I'm gonna bring him up soon.
You think your client will be finished his catnap anytime soon, Mr. Angel?
Yes, he's wide awake and raring to go. This is Mr. Pomerantz, Your Worship. He's now considered all his options and decided to save you the trouble of denying him bail.
He's consenting to his detention.
Yes, he will wait patiently at the Don jail until his trial because he's got nothing else better to do, right? And now he'd like to be taken somewhere so he can have a lie down.
Okay. Set him down.
How about we get lunch first, like an actual date?
Listen, I am per diem duty counsel. I'm in here all day. Do you know what that means? It means I won't have time for eating or anything else. Okay?
I'll check in later just to make sure, huh?
Who's next, Ms. Robinson?
Mr. Clary, Your Worship, line 47.
You know what? I'm gonna be right back.
No. What if things comes in when you're gone?
No, I'll be 1 minute, okay?
No,
I promise.
no.
I promise. I'll just be a minute. I promise. Check. Okay? I promise.
Great team.
You gotta make friends with them.
You mean bribe him?
Neil, these are officers of the court. You can't bribe
No.
them. You can entertain them.
Well, so you mean tell him a few jokes, or...?
No, I mean buy them a few drinks. They go out every Thursday. That place across the street.
Jack, I can't drink. When I drink, I do foolish things, and it gets...
Well, that's kind of the point. Look, anything that makes them feel comfortable with you so that occasionally they do you a favor. I mean, unless you want to spend half your life on those friggin' benches waiting for your clients to be brought up.
God, no.
Look, there's a whole lot of things you're doing wrong, okay?
Right.
Maybe you just need a little jack time.
What's...
That's when I explain to you how the world really works. You want to know how the world really works?
Oh, yeah, Jack, that would be really...
Okay, but not now.
Okay, so should I just wait for you right here until you're finished your business?
Go.
We don't belong in jail, all right? He wouldn't even let us shower. It's not right.
Stop acting like a pussy. It doesn't help.
He's right, you know, you're here.
So I shouldn't be able to complain about not being able to bathe? I don't understand.
We're having a $12,000 watch stolen, but my Rolex is gone. And one of those
women took it. The band is 18-karat gold, for Christ's sake.
What do you want me to do about that?
I want it back. And I had 5,000 cash in my pants.
When you take off your pants, or your watch for that matter, in a whorehouse, these are the risks that you run.
It was a massage parlor,
Not a whorehouse.
It's a legitimate business. It takes credit cards. It's got a website.
Well, so does Al-Qaeda.
Cut the attitude, okay? I realize you're probably a very bitter man.
I'm a what? Excuse me?
He means that if you'd done better in law school, you'd be down on Bay Street earning some real money.
Instead of chasing after scum in this shithole.
Okay, guys, maybe we can just put that aside right now and just concentrate on getting
Dude,
us
I'm
out of
having
here.
a problem concentrating on anything with you guys yakking.
Just shut up, do your job, and get us the f out of here.
Here's a better idea. How about I leave and you guys fend for yourselves?
No, God, no, don't go,
Okay,
don't go.
don't beg this
Get
asshole.
pissed off. We're here because of you, all right? And now we're screwed, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah.
What the hell have you been? Vince was here.
They brought him up. I was only gone for a couple.
Just took him out.
People,
Go get him.
sit down.
Sorry, Your Worship. I just have a. Hi there. Again. So you brought up my client.
Yeah, you weren't here, though.
Right. But you brought him up, which is good. So now, if you could do it actually in the room, that'd be sort of
I don't
more-
like your attitude.
Okay, but
I don't like it.
Say, do you guys ever go out for drinks?
What happened to your face?
Guys don't like to play poker. They just don't like to lose, assholes.
Got a name for us there, counsel?
Charlie Moss, Your Worship.
Line 78.
He's charged with 8 counts of fraud under, unlawfully in a dwelling, failure to comply probation. Mr. Moss has not been getting along well with others, and the Crown is vigorously seeking his detention.
Vigorously?
Is your surety in the court today, Ms. DeRay?
Well, I was expecting his sister to be here, but
She's not coming?
she's pretty pissed off. She views what you did as a breach of trust.
She used those words, that she breach of trust. That's pretty fancy.
You think this is funny?
No, it's a f***ing tragedy. Just tell her to get down here and save my ass. It's what a relationship's all about. Too late to change it now.
I'll just be...
Okay, but hurry. Who's next?
Omar Wilson, Your Worship, line 20. Omar Wilson, come on down. Is he here amongst us, officer?
Yeah, I'm sure that well, that's him there. Or, no, maybe it's the other one.
Well, whoever it is, now's the time to step forward. Or if Omar's too shy, maybe he could just raise his hand.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, I've only got one Omar Wilson on the list. Charges are being in assault in connection with a home invasion.
Is that you?
Yes, I am Omar Wilson, a Canadian citizen.
Mm-hmm. And who are you?
Me Omar Wilson, Canadian citizen. Me can't be deported. Neither can I.
Okay, when is your birthday, sir?
April 9. Me too.
Yeah, you gotta think there was something more than just a home invasion going on here. Maybe both Omars should be held down till we find out what it is.
Fine, we'll hold them down for now. Take them back to the cells. Quiet. Last warning. Who's next?
I believe this is Mr. Garrity, Your Worship.
Yes.
Mr. Garrity owns a small photocopy store near the University of Toronto. Yesterday, in the middle of an interview with a female student looking for part-time work, he left the room, and when he returned, he was completely naked. He then asked the young woman if she minded completing the interview in the nude. She fled to the street and immediately reported the incident to the police.
I didn't touch her. I would never have touched
Is
her.
this something that should be traversed to mental health court?
Absolutely not. It was a rash, desperate act, but I'm not nuts.
When the police entered the store, Mr. Garrity was sitting completely naked, cross-legged on the floor, sobbing hysterically. He may not be nuts, but he's definitely not mainstream.
He has no record, no history of violence. There's no reason to deny him bail.
Well, at the very least, there should be a no-contact order keeping him from the complainant.
I just want to say, I only did what I did because I'm so horribly lonely. Nobody in this city ever talks to me. They just look past me with their vacant, troubled eyes, and it's frightening. It's like living in a vast graveyard. I didn't mean to scare that girl. I just thought if we were naked, we might feel connected. One living person to another. Someone here must understand what I'm saying.
I do.
just want to sell a little pot, make a little money. Okay, we're students at George Brown, and I'm studying to be a pastry chef. He's in hospitality management.
No, that's all over. We're fighting for our lives now.
What are you talking about?
Our neighbor, this old Vietnamese guy, he's a drug dealer. He found out that we're doing business on his turf.
Yeah, and now he wants us dead.
That's why you turned yourselves in?
Yeah, we thought we could get into the witness protection program.
But that's just for witnesses.
Well, is there another program that's not for witnesses?
You mean for people that are just scared? No.
Oh, man. That's great. So what are we going to do?
First of all, what makes you so sure that your neighbor is a drug dealer?
People coming in and out of his place all the time.
Just like us?
Lights are always on in the basement.
Just like us?
He always looks really nervous, like he's about to get caught.
Just like us?
Okay, even if all that means he's got a grow-up going, why do you think he knew you had one too?
Behavior, man.
General behavior.
Like, we caught him going through our garbage.
And then this other time, it's pitch black, and he's outside on our front lawn. We're wearing a helmet with a lamp on it. So, come on, what was that about?
Then there's a dead cat on our lawn. It was a warning.
Yeah, like you're next.
Are you convinced now, or do you need to see our headless corpses?
Worms.
What?
Worms. That's what he was doing on the lawn with the light, looking for night crawlers to sell for bait. As for the garbage, I'm pretty sure you guys don't recycle. He was just collecting your beer cans to take back to the store.
What about the dead cat on our front lawn?
Well, that was probably a dead cat on your lawn. Look, from now on, I want you to say you turned yourselves in because of a crisis of conscience, not because you were afraid of the old Vietnamese guy who may or may not have a grow-up going in his basement. I mean, it's possible he's
a dealer.
We're sure of it.
No, you're not. You don't have an opinion about it one way or another. You felt bad about breaking the law, so you went in and confessed.
But we already told the cops the other thing.
So that means I have to make that go away, too.
Well, can you do that?
Sure. A little effort, and that's why you'll be paying me the big fee I'll be asking for.
Well, we kind of thought we'd be applying for legal aid.
Yeah, I mean, we are students.
Students who've been pushing dope for 6 months. Legal aid puts a ceiling on my fee. I hate limits. So, some of that cash you've put aside will be coming my way. What do you want me to do?
Why are you asking us?
I meant, is there anyone who can bail you out?
No, I mean, our parents would.
Oh, but you can't tell them. There's no way can you tell our parents.
No, they'd kill us. We're more afraid of them than we are the Vietnamese guy.
Well, almost.
Okay, is there anyone else?
No.
No, there's no one. So, can you still get us out?
Sure. A little more effort, a little more cash.
Look, man, we're sorry we gave you a hard time, but you gotta help us out. Name your price. 5 grand, 10 grand, whatever it takes. Just get us the f out of here.
You know what? I'll do my best. Your futures are very important to me.
You know what? Don't be smug. You know what? What are you judging me now?
I thought you were up in K-Court.
No, they sent me down here. What's this, boys' night out turned ugly?
More or less.
Oh, poor Elliot. Looks like he's in pain.
I think he's being bombarded with testosterone.
Are we anywhere near being ready over there, Mr. Sachs?
Oh, yes. Absolutely, Your Worship. I'm sorry, we were just, Can I ask the, Crown's position?
Crown seeking their detention, of course.
For communicating, I mean?
Well, after being discovered in compromising positions in the Taste of Honey massage parlor on Bay Street, the accused were found to be in possession of a rather alarming amount of cocaine.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't tell me that.
What? Deal with it.
Okay. Alarming as in...
About an ounce. They're being charged with possession for the purpose.
The purpose of, what?
Trafficking.
You know? That coke was purely recreational.
Yeah, okay.
We're not dealers.
Right.
We're not dealers,
all
man.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna need some time to get their surety
Sure.
here.
We're waiting for the federal crown anyway.
Okay, we'll hold it down for now.
Oh, come on, this is a joke, right,
That's not a good idea.
These guys are criminals. I mean, if you want to know what one actually looks like,
Come on.
don't! Beg!
Get off my back, man.
Yeah, I hate it when they beg, too. I don't like it.
Really? I do.
No,
You could help me.
I gotta go, man.
Please, really sure.
They come. Where's Vince, eh? Where's my son?
Settle in the court. Ms. Robinson, have we cleared this up yet?
Well, sort of. Apparently, we do have information for 2 Omar Wilsons.
And they're co-accused in the same home invasion. A third suspect is still at large, so we might actually be looking at part of the Omar Wilson gang here.
That's their actual name.
Yes, both men have documentation to that effect. Omar Wilson, Jamaican-born Canadian citizen, birth date April 9th, 1973.
The same birthday. We're supposed to believe that they're twins? This one here looks a little older to me.
How's this for a theory, though? They're the same person, except the older one's from the future. 10 years from now, he builds a time machine, returns to the present, and robs houses with his younger self. What, too far-fetched?
No, I'll buy that, Mr. K. Ms. Robinson, did you get a chance to talk with them in the cells?
Yes, Your Worship. Tell him what you told me.
Me, Omar Wilson, Canadian citizen.
You can't be deported.
Me neither.
Okay, until we get to the bottom of this, I'm asking the police to add obstruction of justice charges because someone's being real naughty about this name thing.
No kidding. Set it down.
Till when?
How about until we get a little more clarity?
Hey, where's my lawyer?
Look, Faith, I gotta tell you, bail is a long shot. With your brother's record and the fact that he was only on probation for 2 weeks when he was arrested, if you're not fully committed,
It's just that I've done this so often. And he never stops to think about me. The last time I got him out, he pawned my TV and blew the money at the track.
He's a gambler. It's an addiction.
Yeah, and each time he promises he'll change.
Which he can't do without help. Look, if you're not able to do this, I'll talk to Charlie. Maybe he's got someone else.
There's no one else.
No friends?
Real friends? Stand up for your kind of people? He's never had any of those. I'm all he's got. When he was a kid, our dad used to beat him, and Charlie would make himself small to protect himself. So that's what I see when he gets himself in trouble. That boy on the floor, curled up in a ball. I can't just walk away from that, right?
How much are you willing to put up?
Everything, I guess.
When you say massage parlor, you mean they were paying for sex?
Isn't it more like they were just having girls in underwear give them a rub down?
No, more like what she said. And that's why they got arrested, right? Well,
But was it like real sex or maybe just a hand job? What does it matter? It's still prostitution. Yeah, was it really that much different than the strip bars? I mean, we knew about them. I'm sorry, the second his underwear comes off, it is not the same deal.
That's right.
What strip clubs? Mark doesn't go to strip clubs unless his clients insist on it, that it's the same for all of them.
Well, then I guess all their clients are insisting every Thursday night.
Well,
I hired a private investigator.
You did? Good for you.
Yeah, I've got pictures of all three assholes getting their laps danced on.
That's nice.
Why didn't you tell me? We thought maybe you didn't want to know.
And then we thought maybe it wasn't such a big deal. As long as they didn't take it any farther.
Which they obviously did. So you're probably not going to want to bail them out, right?
Sorry?
I mean, right away. I mean, look, if you ask me, I think they're all a bunch of jerks, you know? I mean, messing around on beautiful women like yourselves, I think you might want to just let them sit in jail and just sweat it out for a few days, you know, or longer.
How much longer?
Until their trial. You know, 4 to 6 months, maybe. Okay, you know what? Think about it. I'll be right back. Hey. Hi. Sorry, do you mind if I just quit? Just in case.
Talk to Vlad if you want to be loyal to us.
Vlad, okay. And where would I find
He's
Vlad?
coming, but just be careful. Vlad only likes good news. Bad news makes him disappointed.
Okay. What happens when Vlad gets disappointed?
Just be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. You know what? We can sit over here. We have time. It's okay.
Come on, Frank.
I told you. She always says that at first. I'm done helping you, Charlie. I'm tired of being disappointed, but she always comes through eventually. I think it just makes her feel good helping her brother.
Maybe, but she's pretty hurt after what you did to her.
Did to her? What does that mean? I didn't take her money.
Ready, Mr. Ray?
Sorry, Your Worship. Ms. Moss is here. She's willing to act as surety. She can post $15,000, basically her life savings.
Well, maybe she should listen to the allegations first. Mr. K, would you be so kind?
3 weeks ago, Mr. Moss was released from the Penetang facility and provided his probation officer with his new address at 1200 Avenue Road, a luxury apartment building where his sister is the superintendent. During his stay, he posted signs throughout the neighborhood that an apartment in the building was available for rent and at a substantially lower price than is usual for that building. Mr. Moss used his sister's master key and showed the apartment, which was and still is being occupied by a 64-year-old widow, to a dozen potential renters, 8 of whom give Mr. Moss a $2,000 deposit on the apartment, which he demanded in cash. Needless to say, the money has not been recovered.
Is there a record?
Oh, there sure is. It's a 12-pager. It dates back to 1983 and is filled with fraud and theft offenses. Early on, there was a brief B&E stage, then another period where it appears he worked as a loan shark.
Actually, I just collected for the loan shark.
What do you want to do, Mr. Ray?
I think that his sister is still willing to put up her life savings.
Well, that's very generous of her, but I'm not comfortable with him living in the same building where he's alleged to have committed the crime.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it's theoretically possible that the sister was involved in the scheme.
What?
No way.
The police don't suspect that. The building owners don't suspect that. And he shouldn't be denied bail based on a theory.
How about I just put it this way, then? It might be better if you lived somewhere other than at the scene of the crime and with someone who might be a more vigilant supervisor than his sister has proven to be in the past.
You can call Millie.
Who's Millie?
The girl I met at the track. We both won the same daily double. She was pretty excited. We sat and drank together for the rest of the afternoon. She could really put it away.
Yeah, she'll do. Get her in here.
Is there anyone else?
Ms. Moss is the only family he has left, Your Worship. His mother died while he was serving his last sentence, and their father was an alcoholic who basically used Charlie as a personal punching bag.
Hey. What are you doing?
Ms. Moss and Mr. Moss moved out of the family home after their younger sister died in a car crash.
Why'd you tell him all this stuff? Okay, knock it off. I don't want you talking about this stuff in front of a bunch of strangers.
Look, sometimes it helps your case if they understand a little bit about your personal history.
Do we have a problem here, Mr. Ray?
No.
Yes, we have a problem here. I don't want pity from you people. Just forget about bail.
What do you want to do then?
I'll plead, but not right away. I want to rack up some dead time first. I want to go back to the Dawn.
Really? For how long?
Haven't decided yet.
Ouch! Problem, Mr. Sharma?
Sorry.
No, there isn't. Seriously, don't.
Who's next?
Yeah, okay, well,
This is Mr. Popovich, Your Worship.
Crown Onus, Your Worship. It's alleged that while playing Scrabble with his mother and sister, he became very upset and threatened his mother by saying, "I will kill you, so help me God. I will kill you and bury your body where they'll never find it, even if they look for 10 years. The police were called and he was charged with threatened death. Apparently, the Popoviches, they regularly argue, threaten each other, and call police, usually over some altercation involving a board game. The police have, well, up to now, been content to leave with a warning.
I didn't mean it. She just gets nasty when we play, and she cheats. She hides the dictionary so she can make up words. She's a horrible person in a lot of ways.
According to police, all three were highly intoxicated.
She called me retarded, and Dory wouldn't stop laughing at me, and I asked Mom to stop, and she just kept saying, "Is it the retard's turn to go now? How many points did the retard get?" I mean, I've got feelings, too. Someone should tell her that.
Any volunteers?
What do you want to do, Mr. Popovich?
I want to go home.
Well, it's probably going to be some other home.
Really?
That's right, sir. We can't let you out on bail if you're planning on living with the complainant.
What if I plead guilty?
Well, there'll probably still be a condition where you don't live with your mother.
For how long? I mean, her birthday's coming up, and if I'm not there, I'll never hear the end of it.
Ouch! Well, I don't see why you think that's going to help pinching my arm. Why do you think that's going to get anything going?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I am Giuseppe Borelli.
No, it's okay. He's not asking that. Please.
And
please
my
sit down.
son.
No, we got it. Do you think that we could get their son soon? Because really, my arm is, it's just too much right now.
But by far the biggest seller I have is the chicken dog.
Yes.
Please, aspetta un attimino. Next month, I'm going to introduce an ostrich dog.
Joe, I'll be right back. Go to the washroom.
Guarda questo. Stupidone. Non ne posso più, non ne posso veramente più. Disgraziato. Sveglia.
So that's it. He's just happy to stay in jail. He's playing the odds. He's gonna get 2-for-1 credit for the time he served. And if he figures it out right, he can just walk away even after he pleads.
How long is he gonna keep getting in trouble like this?
He doesn't have any reason to change his life. He's perfectly happy with the way things are. I guess he doesn't have high expectations.
So maybe I should just back off?
Maybe you should. If you walk away, then maybe he'll start taking care of himself. I wouldn't count on it.
I won't.
Are you sure?
Not really.
Okay, you know, I first want to say just how very relieved I am to finally be proceeding on this, because my surety has been waiting for
Problem, Mr. Sharma?
He was just here, and now a moment's indulgence. Hey, what happened to Joe? Where's Joe?
Joe, è andato in gabinetto.
We need your husband here because we're ready to proceed.
I don't think yelling works.
Yeah, usually we just ask for a translator. Why don't you take him back down?
No. Please don't do that. Please, I just need a minute to locate him. Please don't take him away, Mr. K. Please, I just...
Dove vai?
Please,
Disgraziato,
Mr. Borelli.
dove vai? Dove vai? Disgraziato!
Mr. Borelli? Mr. Borelli!
Massage costs $50 for a half hour. You pay at door. $50 cash, Visa, MasterCard, doesn't matter. Then, in room, it's between you and girl. Agreed behavior between adults should not be concerned.
Agreed behavior between adults for money, though.
War for money is okay, sex for money is not.
No, you're right. You are. No, I agree. I fully agree with you. In fact, I couldn't agree with you more, but, you know, the law.
The law. The law should kiss my Siberian ass. Listen, okay?
Yeah.
If you can get my girls bail, there'll be more work for you. Last lawyer, he ended not such good.
What, he ended not such good?
In her business, I mean. What, do you think I'd kill him?
What, no. Yep. For a second.
You like to be paid in cash or maybe time with girl?
Time with girl? No. No. I used to, I have a friend now, so no, cash is fine.
Good.
How much?
We see how you do.
Okay.
Mr. Borelli? Mr. Borelli, has anybody seen I'm looking for a Joe Borelli, a balding Italian fellow. Mr. Borelli! Giuseppe! Have you guys seen him, Mr. $300 a day I lose on my hot dog. Oh, really? Really? You don't seem so concerned about your 300. Have you seen him, Mr. An Italian? I have to throw away the hot dog buns. What's the hot dog buns add up? I see. Mr. Borelli! Mr. Borelli? Joe Borelli?
Yes, what is it?
Oh, there you are. Hey, listen. This is up. You have to come.
Coach Superstardi.
Why did you leave?
How am I supposed to do shit? My pants.
Okay, so Are you almost done?
No.
Well, look, come on, you have to finish.
I'm trying.
Okay, try harder, please.
Okay, you gotta shut up. I can't go if you're talking.
Okay, look, I'm gonna be quiet, but I need you to try harder here.
You're still talking.
Okay, just keep pushing.
Federal Crown is indisposed, Your Worship, so this has been delegated. These are Messrs. Gamby and Millman. Charges are P for P in production of a controlled substance.
Is counsel present?
Right here, Your Worship.
Police found 15 marijuana plants, a number of baggies, and assorted other drug paraphernalia in the basement of a house on Gladstone Avenue rented by the accused.
After they were invited there by my clients, they turned themselves in, Your Worship, and for that reason alone, they should be granted bail on their own recognizance.
Well, they turned themselves in because they were afraid of...
The reason they turned themselves in is irrelevant, but it clearly demonstrates that they have no problem placing themselves within the jurisdiction of the justice system and therefore should be granted bail without supervision.
Except, we've been thinking.
So we don't want to get out.
We just want to be relocated.
Because even though we're not witnesses...
we could still be potential victims. Because that thing we told the cops...
We still believe that.
Our neighbor wants us dead. We can just feel it in our bones.
And also, we think that he's got people, you know, in here who might be watching us and they're planning some shit.
I don't suppose there's any way I can get you both to shut up now.
Okay, he just wants a fat fee. He doesn't even care what happens to us.
So if we could be relocated?
Yeah, like witness protection, but not for witnesses.
Someplace where we could go to school and I could learn pastry.
Which is just not essential, just that you get us out of here because before we get knifed in the back.
Does anyone know what they're talking about?
Does it really matter, Your Worship? Two young men thrown into the system, becoming disoriented, babbling incoherently about God knows what, paranoid concoctions that should just be ignored. Let's just return to the one pertinent fact about this case.
Mr. Angel's clients believe that their neighbor is a rival drug dealer who wants to kill them.
Is that true, Mr. Angel?
Times like this and with certain kind of clients, I find it's better to just let them speak for themselves.
What?
Go ahead, tell them.
What? Tell them what?
Oh, tell them anything you want to tell them. Tell them about the lamp on his head. That was a pretty good one.
Are you leaving us, Mr. Angel?
I'm just headed back to the cells, Your Worship, which is where I assume you'll be sending them when you realize there's no way that they qualify for bail.
What? What?
What?
I'm really trying right now, but I'm all blocked up because of those benches.
How's it going?
He's all blocked up. How you doing?
Perfect. Couldn't be better.
You're still talking.
Sorry. Mr. Borelli, anything I can do to help you?
Yes, go get me a bran muffin.
Who is this?
This is, and it's times like this I wish I could ask for a drum roll, none other than Mr. Omar Wilson, Your Worship.
Oh, let me guess. Omar Wilson, number 3.
Actually, this is the original Omar. The other two were just pale imitations. When the police arrested this one at his house, they seized some ID manufacturing equipment, which apparently he's been using to regenerate his heretofore unblemished identity.
So this is the one that sold them all the ID?
For $1,500, any Jamaican male who has previously been deported from Canada but once back in can receive in the mail the coveted Omar Wilson identity kit. The fact that they would be provided with criminal partners when they got here was an extra perk.
Has he told all this to the police yet?
Not in so many words. What he said was...
I am Omar Wilson, Canadian citizen. I cannot be deported.
Well, maybe he can't be deported, but he sure as hell shouldn't get bail either.
What about the other two?
Or the other 3 or 4 or 70 or 80. I think we should give the police some time to round them all up, and then we should charter a plane and send it to Montego Bay. I mean, unless anyone's got a better idea.
No, I think you're in the ballpark.
He's gone.
Si, è andato via, disgraziato.
Keep him there.
There's no room. Well, it wasn't at the time.
Mr. Borelli, no room.
Sorry. Where is my son? I want my son.
I understand that, but right now...
I am Giuseppe Borelli. I went to the bathroom. I had a little problem, but what am I going to do now, though? Wait another 8 days to get my son?
I know that you're frustrated, sir, but you just have to be patient a little longer.
No more patience. No more patience. I want my son.
Si, adesso.
Listen, counsel, could you please control your clients?
This guy, he can't control shit. He's as useless as the rest of you, but at least he's trying. You push your little paper around. Meanwhile, people like me, we go bankrupt. $300 a day is what I'm losing being here.
Which I think sounds a little bit high, but I mean, Ms.
Where is my
obviously
son?
very upset.
This is your second warning.
No, I'm warning you. I'm going to punch you in the face.
No. Whoa.
Okay, calma.
What do you want me to do?
No. Calma, va bene. Vaffanculo! I want 2 things. I want my son, and I want to send some hot dogs. My son and some hot dogs.
Well, at least now he'll probably get to see his son.
Bastardo, disgraziato!
No, Mrs. Borelli.
Pezzo di merda!
Al dente, Mrs. Borelli.
Well, that didn't go so good.
You think?
Well, here we are. It means we're not somewhere else, somewhere safe. What? We don't care if it's warm, man.
It was just an expression. Okay, what do you want me to do? Maybe it's time to call your parents.
No, they can't help us. We still need protection.
We need to be in a program.
And if there isn't a program, they should start one.
Just for us. Because we're in some pretty deep shit the way we figure.
Because we came to the cops, now the Vietnamese guy's gonna think that we have something on him that we told them about. Whoa, holy shit, did you just hear what I said?
Holy shit. Man, you're right. We are witnesses. Because of what we saw him doing, we are witnesses against him.
You saw him picking worms.
We saw people coming and going. We saw grow lights, dead cats.
Circumstantial stuff at best.
So what? That just means we're
circumstantial witnesses.
Yeah, right. So get us in the program.
Circumstantial witness program.
Yeah.
You know what? I love you guys. I don't know why. Just do.
Oh, Jesus, look away.
Is this another one of those mistakes they keep making?
Well...
Things like this happen to him all the time, you know.
Except this wasn't a mistake. He was
People
arrested at the scene.
sometimes get the wrong idea about him. I think it's because of the way he looks. I tell him to brush his hair more often.
But the assault, the drugs, I thought I explained
He's
to
such
you
a
that he
sweet boy, really. Wasn't that your impression?
Oh, for Christ's sake, my mom can't do this. She's out of touch with reality, I told you.
You've been in jail for over a week now. I've called everybody else on your list. She's your only shot at bail.
Kelly said no.
She bailed you out a month ago, Daryl. When you breached, it cost her $2,000.
That's why I was out there working. To pay her back for everything she's ever done for me. I wasn't out there dealing because I enjoy it.
Okay, well, then maybe you'll be able to tell Kelly that someday, and she'll just
The hell with
forgive you.
her. She's not the loyal woman I thought she was.
Well, then that leaves your mom.
Yeah, just ask her if she took her pills, because she's a lot worse if she hasn't.
Are we ready there, Ms. DeRay?
Yes, Your Worship, this is Daryl Freeman.
Line 40, the charge is trafficking ×2, resist arrest ×2, assault police ×2, mischief, and fail to comply. Mr. Freeman, currently on release on another P for P, sold cocaine to a pair of undercover officers last Tuesday evening at Sherburne King. He then fled on foot, and when they caught up with him, he engaged them in a lengthy scuffle before being subdued.
We're prepared to show cause.
You're kidding, right? This guy doesn't get bail.
I'm sorry? I thought that was my call.
Well, I'm just suggesting you look at his 8-page record.
Full of awful lies and misunderstandings.
This is the accused's mother, Your Worship. I was going to call her as surety.
Fine. Step forward, ma'am.
That's a nice color on you, dear.
Mrs. Freeman, do you know what the obligations of a surety are?
Are they any different from my obligations as a mother?
Well, say Daryl breaches a condition of his bail. Would you call the police and report him?
Well, that would never be necessary. He's a good boy. If he's told not to do something, he doesn't do it.
Well, if for some reason he breached a condition...
I told you, you have nothing to worry about.
She all right? She seems a little out of it.
She's fine.
Is she even aware that her son has a drug problem?
And now, I know he drinks too much. Oh, but that's my fault, really. When he was a boy, I used to give him a sip of sherry at night, you know, to settle him down. He was afraid of the dark. I suppose that was my fault, too. I stopped breastfeeding at 3 months. That's what they told us to do there. Get off the breast as soon as possible. It's a shame to think about now.
Anyways, getting back to the issue...
It was right after I weaned him that he started sucking his thumb and wetting the bed. I was just saying, I know my son, and he is not a drug dealer.
Ma'am, I have this criminal record here. If you look at it, you'll see that he's been found guilty of many, many crimes involving the sale of drugs. In fact, he's not only a drug dealer, he's also a car thief and a burglar. He's committed assault. He's forged checks here. Would you like to read it yourself?
Your Worship.
I know how governments are. Faking records, lying.
Ma'am, these are not faked, and your son...
Then it's just a mistake. You've got the wrong man. Daryl Freeman is a very ordinary name. I raised a good boy.
When he was fleeing the officers, your son grabbed a cane from an old man on a park bench and swung it at them.
But he was just protecting himself. You're reading the paper all the time about how police beat up innocent people.
What about the 3 assaults on his record already?
Well, now, that doesn't seem right. He was always such a weakling. He was usually the one getting beaten. Oh, he had such lovely long curls. Should have been a girl. We used to put him in one of his cousin's dresses, you know, around the house, just for a giggle. He was so pretty.
Mom, come on! All those things he's saying are true. I deal drugs. I steal cars. And remember when you saw me beating up that guy in your front lawn? He owed me $50, so I kicked the crap out of him with my steel-toed boots. You remember that? Mom, I'm a f***ing criminal. I'm a very bad man. She's not well, don't listen to her. That stuff about wetting the bed, wearing dresses, I never did any of that shit.
You did so. And stop swearing. He usually never swears.
I swear all the time. I do. I swear, I drink, I take hard drugs, I beat up cops. I'm sorry I took that old man's cane, but everything else I don't give a shit about. Honest. She left me in diapers until I was almost 5. Because I was scrawny, she was worried about me falling in the toilet and drowning. It's not funny. You don't recover from stuff like that. It works its way into your brain and stays there.
No, I'm sorry.
My whole life, I haven't been able to do anything without her hovering over me. In my hockey games, if I got penalties, she'd argue with the ref for like 15 minutes. Daryl didn't trip that boy. He'd never do something like that.
She loves you. She's just trying to protect you. In a way, it's nice.
I choked on a piece of toast one time for breakfast. She started showing up at school every lunchtime to cut my food for me because she thought I had a small esophagus. She did weird shit like that until I was 14 and I realized I didn't have to listen to her.
Which is right around when your juvenile record started. You know, there might have been another way to assert your independence other than turning to a life of crime.
Actually, I think what I need to do is kill somebody. Maybe that'd convince her.
Convince her?
She killed my father, you know.
I'm sorry?
She treated him the same way. She made him feel weak and stupid, took away his will to live. One day, he came home and swallowed a whole bottle of sleeping pills. She told everybody he died peacefully in his sleep. He killed himself, Mom, and you drove him to it. And you drove him to it.
Shut up, Mama's boy.
Who said that? The next guy who says something like that is dead.
Bedwetter.
Those handcuffs are too tight. Can't you loosen them a little?
It's okay, Mom. Just...
What's the food like in the jail, dear? Should I bring you something?
No, I don't want you visiting me. Just stay at home and remember to take your pills. Can we go faster, please?
Bye-bye, dear. Have fun.
Excuse me. Pardon me? That's my fault. Sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh.
Right. We're gonna... Pardon me. My mistake. Excuse me. Good. I'm fine. Okay. Thank you.
We were just blowing off steam.
Except you weren't the ones doing the blowing.
Come on. We worked very, very hard to maintain the lifestyle.
Please don't be mad.
Oh, shut up.
Can't we all just
That
get
hefty
along?
fee is just slipping away from you, man.
How could you do this to me, Mark?
Oh, give him a break. It's not like he killed somebody. The only reason we're here is because those cops wanted to embarrass us.
Or more accurately, Your Worship, they're here because the police found him having sexual intercourse with a prostitute in a common body house
Right.
while he was found receiving fellatio, and that one was found fully clothed watching a woman
Okay,
take
so
a
did we
shower.
really need all those details? See, this is what happens when she gets annoyed. What, so he's going to be charged then with watching someone shower?
Nope, that's been withdrawn. Sorry, Your Worship, the federal crown has had an emergency, so this has been delegated. He's being charged with possession for the purpose of trafficking. Each of the accused was found with 8 grams of cocaine.
Okay, but isn't it just simple possession if it's under 10?
Just stressed out businessmen, for Christ's sakes.
And because of all the cash that was found, we think their business is supplying cocaine.
Oh, unbelievable. I told you, this is just one big shakedown.
And, Your Worship, the wives of the 3 accused, they're just here to act as sureties.
Actually, we haven't made that decision yet.
Come on, that's not fair.
No, really, you screw some hooker, and you're telling me about what's fair. I say we let the maggots rot in jail.
Are you leaving us, Mr. Sack?
No, I just a brief indulgence, that's all.
Here's money for girls. Jeannie, you heard what the guy said. I didn't actually do anything wrong.
The only person you should be watching in the shower is me.
Hey, that guy's wearing my Rolex.
Bullshit.
Hey, get him to take it off. My name is engraved right on the back.
Shit.
Oh, these are, you mean, hang on. Do you think we could bring these ladies back a little bit later? Because I'm just worried if you don't.
Is that your whore, Ross? It is, isn't it?
Too late.
You know I spend half my life exercising so I can look good for you, and this is what you'd rather be screwing?
Yes, that's why he comes to see me 2 times each week.
Oh, bite me, you ignorant slut! Twice a week, Ross.
That's an exaggeration. Is everybody in here a client of yours, Mr. Sack?
Yeah. But you know what? I didn't know they were all connected until right now. But now that I know that...
What about you, Steve? Are you a regular,
I
too?
would decline to answer that.
He
That's my
promised
opinion.
her Lexus convertible.
Okay.
He says he loves her.
Did you hear that? He loves her.
Love is a word
No,
that can
I love
often
you.
be misinterpreted.
Mr. Sachs, if they all belong to you, maybe you can...
Yeah, you know what? Listen. No, I can't. You know what? I used to try to control these things before, but it just was too much for me, so I'm just gonna... As you will.
What is this Lexus bullshit? Are you trying to buy her? She's not for sale, only for rent.
Hey, you don't own her.
I own her and I own you too,
Sally, if you
Mishka.
just get us out of here, we can all talk about it and we can figure it out.
The hell with you. I hope you get raped in prison.
Oh, God. Jeannie, don't leave me here. I'll never make it inside. I'll never make it.
Come on, get out of my way. Go to hell.
Shut up. Never make it? Pathetic.
Shut up!
What's happening, Mr. Sachs?
It's winding down.
What about my watch?
Jeannie!
I want my watch back, you little troll.
Kiss my Siberian ass.
Okay, set them down.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my watch back.
It's what? Okay, put that down.
Where's Vince?
I don't know.
I need to see my boy. Where is he?
I don't know. Maybe they sent
Oh,
back a
Mother
jail
of God! What are they trying to do to my family? And Mother of God and blood of all the saints. They're trying to kill my family. You're trying to kill my family. You're trying to kill my family.
You've got to try to calm down. Please calm down. Please.
No. You know what you're gonna do?
What?
You're gonna take care of my car.
And put it in storage?
No! You're gonna go sell hot dogs.
No, Miss Burley, I can't do that because...
Yes, you can do that. You take my car to Queen Street, you sell hot dogs until I get out of jail.
No, that's not possible because I'm pretty busy and I'm a lawyer, right? So I'm sorry, okay?
What good is sorry? It's that asshole who sells the Polish murder. It smells like shit. Takes over my spot. What good is sorry? Hey, no, write this down. You take my card, you go to DuPont, you speak to gas, you get propane, you go to Costco, you get chicken dogs, good ones. Of course, and you sell hot dogs and make some money for my family.
Well, what about your wife?
My wife.
Oh,
my wife.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No wife of mine is gonna sell hot dogs on the street. Eh? It's a man's job, and you know that.
Right,
You know that.
I do know that. I'm sorry I said anything about your wife.
Now, until I get out of jail...
It's just going to be harder to arrange than you think. That was a pretty serious thing you did back there, and they're going to charge you.
Charge me? Charge me? I'm going to charge them, yes. And if I lose my spot, I am going to sue them.
No, don't do that. Don't speak to them anymore. Hey, so we on for later?
What?
Drinks on me for you and your buddies.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
Like I said, maybe.
Drinks, free drinks. You can't say no to that.
I'm sorry? You think we can't afford to buy our own drinks?
What?
You think
no,
we're so desperate for a good time, we need you to provide it for us?
No, I am not
You
saying...
have a real attitude problem. Maybe you should work on that.
Okay, I will, I promise, but we're on for later.
Hot dog, eh? See, my son is selling a hot dog. I mean, can anybody help me?
Ew. That's not even a lemon.
Claire.
Care.
You get us another round, please, and make it a double for our little pal.
Soda water this time, Care. Double soda water. I'm fine. I'm all right. I just can't drink any more beer or any more tequila, or I might do something foolish.
You're right.
You know what? You guys are great. I know, Encore, you guys come across all business. Even sometimes mean. No offense. No, you're not mean at all. You're wonderful human beings. And guys, I just want to give you all a hug. Okay? Come on. Get on your feet.
Okay, I gotta bail him out.
Come on.
No. Give him a minute, all right? He's just looking for a little affection. Everyone needs a little affection.
What do you think it means?
You're not gonna start begging, are you?
Only if there's no other option.
What's up with me?
Okay, let's go.
I don't know.
But this is the last time. I mean,
This way. Right past the minute.
Hey, where are they going?
He needed her to express a little affection.
You know what? I was, thinking, and I think that he is the reason that I've been so off course for so long.
You think?
Yeah, I think that I've been trying to emulate him. You know, the thing about the way I was with women. You know, pathetic.
Well.
No. But how did he become my role model? Must have been when we were very young. And I was very sensitive and impressionable at the time. Oh, look at that.
He really means a lot to her.
yourself in